and welcome to the first weekly vlog in my life with me as a resident physician. We made it, you guys. I'm finally in residency. I'm an internal medicine intern, and I just finished my first week yesterday. Well, today, this morning, because I'm on night shifts, but we are 1 week down, and I couldn't be more elated to have a day off finally. So I want to jump into this weekly recap with you guys real quick. We are going to make it brief. I don't want to bore you guys and belabor you guys with the details, and I guess just like the negativity and kind of just like all the bad that you can hear about residency. But I definitely want to spill the tea for you guys and, you know, let you know how my week was, because boy, was it a week. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Let me tell you about how my first week of residency was. So if you guys are new to me, my name is Julia. I am a current PGY1, an intern in internal medicine at Penn. And I just completed my first week of residency this morning at 7 a.m. And I just want to tell you guys about it because, you know, obviously this is a new change for me. It is, you know, I'm post medical school now. I am finally a doctor and now working as an intern, and there's just a lot of, you know, misconceptions, I guess, about it. There's also a lot of things that I just didn't know going into residency that I just never saw as a medical student. But I finished my first week. I was on the cardiology oncology night float team. Basically what that means, you guys, is I am covering the cardiology and oncology, so the heart and cancer patients, overnight, right? So every patient has a primary team that sees them every day, right? That evaluates them every day, that updates them with the plan and everything every day. But that team then has to go home to sleep, and a night doctor has to come in. So I am that night doctor. So basically, I'm covering all of these patients. So it's about, on average, 20 to 25 patients between the cardiology and oncology patients that I'm covering. So I'm just essentially making sure that they're alive and stable and that nothing bad happens overnight. And if something bad does happen, I'm the one that's there to kind of like maintain the situation and order the tests or, you know, blood work that needs to be ordered and kind of like control the situation. But on top of managing those 20 to 25 patients, I'm also able to admit up to 6 new patients. So these are new patients that are coming to the emergency room and need to stay in the hospital on the cardiology or oncology team. So it may not sound like a lot, but 20 to 25 patients of sick patients, you know, heart patients and cancer patients are sick. So 20 to 25 of them with their own needs and medications and all of that, especially overnight where a lot of people struggle with sleep, struggle with pain. You know, I'm getting calls and texts constantly from the nurses about medicines and pain control, and the patient, you know, wants to see a doctor to talk about this, and the family's here, can you talk about this, you know? So doing all that for the 20 to 25, but then also having brand new ones coming to the hospital and need to be worked up, you know, need to get admitted, need to get blood work, need to have to write a note for them, you know, evaluate them, examine them, and all of that. So it's a lot. So it's very challenging, especially, it's challenging baseline, but it's even more challenging to start out my first week of residency on this service. Working on nights in general is just really tough because your body's just not naturally inclined to stay up during the night and sleep during the day. So that was really challenging for me, like the first 2 nights or so, because my schedule just wasn't switched over. But since I've actually been on a pretty routine schedule, I work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. When I get home at 7 a.m., well, I get home really at like 7:30, 7:40. And I try to eat something if I'm hungry, like some cereal or make myself some eggs or something like that. And then really I just shower and go right to sleep. And you guys, I sleep at like at least 8 hours. I wake up at about 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m., get up, you know, eat something if I want, and then pack my bag for the day with my snacks, my coffee, put my scrubs on, and then go to work. I have about a 15-minute commute. So I truly feel like I'm working for 12 hours and then sleeping when I'm not working, and then working again, and then sleeping. Like I feel like that's all I do. However, I don't feel tired during my shifts. So although I don't really have any spare time, I'd rather sleep than wake myself up early to like go to the park or enjoy the daylight or something and then be tired during my shift, if that makes sense. So I've really just been working and sleeping. As far as just residency as a whole, it's really, you know, obviously it's my first week. It's been very, you know, overwhelming at times. Today, this morning, like this past shift, the night going into the morning, I had my first like cry, my first real like wave of emotion hit me. And it's because being on the cancer service, you see really sick patients, and unfortunately a lot of them, their prognosis is super poor and they don't do really well. If they're in the hospital, it's most likely because they're very sick. And I just had a woman that is just super sick, you know, and she just got diagnosed with cancer. She's not even that like old, and it's just a shitty situation. And the way that some people just have such a positive outlook on life and can see the silver lining in their own, like, you know, times of despair and whatnot, it's like, she not even crying, but I'm crying. Like, I'm sitting at her bedside crying because I'm so emotional about her state of health, and like she's found peace with it. So it was just like, cancer is not for me. You know, cancer sucks. F cancer. I do not think oncology, I have the emotional bandwidth to survive being an oncologist, so kudos to those that do. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm too emotional, and I feel like I would have mental breakdowns every day at work if I was an oncologist. So no. Overall, it's actually been a really good week. I have a great resident that I'm working with, a great night team that we see frequently. My program is super supportive. They have such great facilities, and little things matter, you guys. Like, as a medical student, if there's one thing I could tell you guys that I didn't realize would be so important to me, is like the little stuff. Like, does your program feed you? Do you have a good cafeteria? Do you have a place to get coffee in the middle of the night when you're on 28-hour call or overnight shifts and stuff like that? Because those are the little things that kind of keep your wellness intact, that is super important in residency, that may not have been a priority in medical school. So that I think is really important. It gets me through the nights when I'm like having a rough day. So I think that's it for my weekly recap. Me and Jerome are just here cleaning the house. Say hi, babe.
One is cleaning the house.
I'm cleaning too. I just took a break to do my weekly vlog. But house update, you guys. Jerome's been cleaning a lot today because I had the place a mess this week, because like I said, all I do is work and sleep. So I kind of like left a mess in here. But today's my day off, so I slept for a little bit, and then we just went grocery shopping. So we stocked the fridge. I am making chili right now, so I love making turkey chili. So I'm meal prepping it right now, and I'm gonna freeze some. So I'll show you guys. It looks a little under seasoned right now because I haven't put the beans and seasonings in yet. I still want it to get hotter, but we got that going. I'm also about to make some chicken wings here. I'm just kind of like cooking and getting my life back in order for my one day off. I don't have to be back in the hospital until tomorrow at 7 p.m. So just trying to enjoy this time. We also got bar stools. So this is a new thing. Jerome just put them together today. So yeah, the house is looking good. Residency is going well. I will check in with you guys next week for my weekly update. I also want to hopefully show you guys a little bit of the hospital and, you know, just like where I hang out, some perks about my program and things like that in our next vlog. But in the meantime, I'm going to go relax with my man, watch some Game of Thrones, cook my chili, and relax for my 1 day off a week. Welcome to residency. Love you guys. See you on the flip side.